This is the Election Bureau. Hello and welcome to the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. My name is Frema Adunyame.
And I am Michael Ogbodu. Coming up,
Ghanaians race against time as they travel to their various constituencies to cast their ballots.
When I came yesterday, I went to Vision Station and they said there's no bus. But already, when we came, they said there's a bus and we collect the what is it? We had our ticket. Then later they said no bus, so we have to sleep.
Will the current First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joseph Osei-Owusu, be booted out as he battles it out with an independent candidate for the Bekwai seat in the Ashanti region?
The change is massive, so I'm very confident that a 90% target will be achieved.
We think that they deserve better. So we've been telling them that they should try us, give us 4 years, and then they can compare.
Also coming up, with a growing number of songs released during election years, we take a look at the impact on campaigns and success of candidates during the period.
Certain few things could actually tilt in the way they want. If they can connect to your message through the music, why not? They could actually act on it.
And later we'll look at the NPP's chances in the Ashanti region, which is perceived to be its stronghold.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. My name is Frema Adunyame. Now, with years of counting down, the much anticipated December 7 elections is just a couple of days away. How are people moving to their various constituencies just to cast their ballots? Today on the Citi Newsroom, we hit the various bus stations to find out how traveling is going, how are Ghanaians in general, voters, drivers, the citizens moving around. How easy or difficult is it accessing buses just to be able to go to their constituencies to vote? Right, so I'm still at the New Plan Station here at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, and where I am currently is the North Station. So for those going to Bolga, those going to Tamale, those going to Boko, this is where you will get your bus. I have the Vice Chairman right here with me. I'm going to have a word with him. Boss, what's your name?
My name is Abdullah Ahmed.
Okay.
I'm the Vice Chairman of the New Plan VIP Station and the GPRTU.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how is movement going? I see people sitting down. Do you have buses around?
Yeah, the buses are scarce these days. We don't get buses. Before then, buses were moving. But immediately this season came, the voting elections season, and then it came in with the Christmas. So cars are scarce. We have no cars. But today, like those coming from Bolga, Boku, Tamale, we have to send them back. Those cars, they are moving with two drivers, and then they can go back. As at now, as I'm saying, we have one that just came today. It has gone and it's going back today again. Okay. And then the passengers here are all waiting for the bus. But other stations, there are no buses. I think when you go outside Accra, the whole station, there are no buses. I think we are the only station that have a car. Wow. And then the car just came this morning and they were sending it back.
All right. Boss, how are you?
Okay, mommy.
Are you traveling?
I'm traveling to Tamale.
What's your name?
My name is Alasan Abukari.
Alasan, but do you have your ticket?
Yeah, as of now, I don't have my tickets. I'm now to get my ticket from...
Okay. But they say buses are not there.
They said the buses are not there, but right now they give me some ticket. Right now that I'll have some ticket that I'll go to Tamale and vote. Okay. And I'll be voting from Tamale now.
So you are going to vote and come back?
I will vote and come back to Accra here.
Are you traveling because of election?
Yes, please.
Okay. So where do you vote?
Go around Boku. Yeah.
Okay.
That is Congo, my hometown.
Okay. Do you live in Accra?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you're just traveling because of election.
Because of the election.
Hey, then the election means so much to you. Huh?
Yes.
Have you decided who you are voting for?
Yeah, I have decided.
Do you want to share it with us?
No, please. It's in my house.
Your vote is in your house. Okay, all right. So save that. But they said there are no buses soon.
Yeah, it's true. Really, I came from Medina yesterday.
You've been here since yesterday. So what are you going to do?
I learned there's a bus coming from Bolga, so maybe we are waiting for them.
Did you meet a lot of people here when you came?
Really? When I came yesterday, I went to Vision Station, and they said there's no bus. But already, when we came, they said there's a bus, and we collect the what is it? We had our tickets. Then later they said no bus, so we have to sleep. And then this morning they brought us to this station, New Plant Station again.
So where did you sleep?
I went to my uncle's place at my friends, they slept at the station, but I went to Tessano, my uncle's place.
All right. So good luck then.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Sweetheart, how are you?
Fine.
What's your name?
Celestine.
So where are you going?
I'm going to vote.
At where?
Sandema.
Sandema. Okay. So how long have you been here?
Since yesterday.
Hey, and what are they telling you?
They said there's no bus, so we should wait.
So how long are you prepared to wait for?
Until afternoon time.
So if by evening time there's no bus, what's going to happen?
We'll sleep again.
And then?
Tomorrow.
Then you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so who are you going to vote for?
How about that one? Yeah. I can't tell.
All right, okay, Celestina, safe journey, eh?
Thank you.
Okay, all right. I have the station manager here with us. Manager, how are you?
Fine, madam.
Okay, what's your name?
I'm Uncle Ernest.
Ernest, Uncle Ernest. So, how is the situation going? Are people coming in? Are people traveling today?
No.
Well, how would you compare this to, let's say, 2016?
2016, no. Yes, this time.
And if I be brave to 2016 around this time, now for certain this time in Nipanenko.
Okay, last week, I cook more. Maybe I know to come home.
Last week in Kofo to Kwame.
Friday,
okay. Net say.
I'm back to your driver. My driver was 32 good years. But this year, any said that and papa. But I have acquired to say, if they do last day, not Sunday, if they move for aha, they move so, Sabi, my driver was hatching. And so, if you check out to my papa,
all right, so we are still at the New Plant Station at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. This is the Election Bureau, and you're watching the Citi Newsroom. Okay, Brandon, can say?
Well, I'm a kid, don't call back. Over me,
I know you now to the Antia.
oh, I know you are not strange. So, me, who are dancing is your bonnet. It is also obey me bonnet, and you are awesome.
Not to say, not to say, Bibi to say free as a bar, or Babe Kobiana.
Young Cassano, Yakatria, and your dear school dynasty. And this Omujisica, you bet you, Oman is cancer, Yadan Kalana Backup.
Right, so just across the New Plant Station is the VIP bus terminal. And so I'm also going inside to talk to some travelers and the station masters to find out how movement has been so far. We have some passengers here, so we are going to the Madam Pacha to say.
Uncle Pan with him on Pipe.
Okay, now Pacha for say.
Yes, I'm a Usu Abna.
Okay, hey, Miss Medium now. Now, okay.
You go Mas.
Okay. Now, Monday at 12, but not how to find out.
I know I'm a Kotuma.
Ah, okay. Now, what about him for Kumasi?
Metsumo, I don't know that the dude.
Okay. They say, why you want you won't go for the Okotamano?
Lati.
Wait, I now for something.
Oh. What's that mean?
Ah, into one of
my mama.
Okay, I don't know Mama.
Mama, yeah, dear papa. So we am going to do a second, say one cry, Hampo, and now Kumasia. Mama, I ain't what I say. It is any idea, or say,
all right, so we are still at the VIP bus terminal and we have some travelers here. Let's have a word with them. Boss, how are we?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What's your name?
I'm Amiao.
Amiao.
Yeah.
Your full name is?
Amos Kusiameyao.
Okay, Amos Kusiameyao. You're traveling. Where are you going?
I'm going to Teshima, Bono East capital.
Oh, okay. Are you traveling because of elections?
Yeah, I'm traveling because of election, particularly because of Nana Akufo-Addo.
What has Nana Addo done for you?
Yeah, because of the 4 years, the free education. Yeah, particularly the free education.
So when are you coming back?
Okay, well, I'll wait for the jubilation before. Yeah.
All right, so safe journey. Madam, Neta say. Okay, now, also, going for? About 20 now. Okay, now got to my
Oh, me, you know, because I'm from you, the free education. It's in another matter, man of Frank.
Now,
Madam, you do bro, you know.
Yes, I want out and out.
I want to free by Anamity.
Okay. So here in the Greater Accra region, people are really traveling to various parts of the country just to be able to cast their ballot. So we joined my colleagues in other parts of the country to also find out how traveling is going on there.
I'm going home to vote because I went there to increase the numbers of my people over there, because mostly I also go there to stay and do a lot of things. So you realize that the first point here is that as we register back at our various places, the number increases. So even because of that, we have even moved from a district to a municipality level. That is one of it. Then the second point is that is where I come from with the others. So you realize that when we go there, we are able to select somebody who will develop the place for us.
I'm going to vote.
You live in Sumano?
Yes.
Why didn't you vote in Sumano?
So that's why I vote. I came to stay here for some time, so I have to go back and vote.
In this democracy, we deal with numericals, numbers. When the numbers are greater, the more you are able to what? To speak at the parliament level. So that if there are some national grape that you deserve, and they want a number of people, for example, maybe they want 5,000 people in the constituency to be given one factory or one distance. Then, based on your number, if they are given to Suhu constituency, they can also give it to you because you also be qualified for it. But when they come and count your constituency and the number is under the number they required, you will not get it.
The current First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joseph Osei-Wusu, in 2008 won the Bekwai seat in the Ashanti region as an independent candidate after he lost the primaries of the New Patriotic Party marginally.
After aligning with the NPP in Parliament and contesting on the party's ticket in subsequent elections, it appears he is set to face stiff opposition from Akwesi Amofajaman, an NPP member contesting as an independent candidate. Citi News' Edward Opomafo reports.
The Bekwai constituency in the Ashanti region is largely regarded as one of the strongholds of the NPP. In recent elections, it has remained an area that votes overwhelmingly for the NPP. NDC's Odro Frichi won the seat in 1992 after the NPP boycotted the parliamentary election. NPP's Alexander Ejay Champon won the seat in the 1996 election. In the 2000 and 2004 elections, Ignatius Kofi Poku-Eduse represented the constituents on the tickets of the NPP. In the NPP's primaries ahead of the 2008 elections, however, Joseph Osei-Wusu, who contested the then incumbent MP, lost by only a single vote. He then contested as an independent candidate and subsequently won. He later aligned with the NPP and contested the party's primaries in 2012, which he won. He has been in parliament since then. Ahead of the 2020 general elections, a disgruntled NPP member who was disqualified in the party's primaries, Akwesi Amofajaman, is contesting as an independent candidate. Akwesi Amofajaman is confident of victory because he says his message has been received well. It is unclear whether the history of an independent candidate winning this seat will repeat itself.
We took the decision because the people or the voters in the constituency have got trust in us. And as we go around, we see the enthusiasm, the excitement, and all of them, come together to assure us and everybody that come December 7, they are going to vote for us. It's only a matter of time But what we're doing is to ensure that we kill it. So we're not resting on our oars. We're going to the people from house to house.
The first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joseph Osewusu, says, based on his work in the constituency, he will win the election convincingly.
Over here, the campaign is about what the community needs. How much of their needs have you been able to deal with? And as you go around the community, you notice that we have provided a lot. Very many of the things that the community has asked for, we've provided them. So the feedback is excellent. It's truly excellent. We are on course to win 90% as we targeted. Contesting independent is a right of anybody who wishes to. At that time, I took that decision, and I rode on my personal goodwill that I had developed in this community. I had worked from community to community. I had hundreds of scores of people who can attest to their working through me.
Joseph Osewusu has been highlighting some developmental projects he has spearheaded in the area since he went to Parliament in January 2009.
We are on course to win 90% of the votes. As you go around the community, you see a lot of infrastructure development that is going on. You meet individuals who can attest to personal support that they have received as a result of the party being in power. Personal support I have received from me in person. You will come across many people whose business have been flourished under this party. You will come across communities that have had their needs met, and communities that have practically lost faith that the things they wanted will be dealt with. But in this short 4 years, the change is massive. So I'm very confident that our 90% target will be achieved.
Akwasiamu Frajman also spoke about his plans for the constituents should he be voted for.
I've seen that over the years, our people, especially our people in the smaller communities like Asanso, have not been served well. And we think that they deserve better. So we've been telling them that they should try us, give us 4 years, and then they can compare. But we have the teaming, youth coming out every year. So I am, thinking of supporting the youth to set themselves up. I'm trying to also encourage some of the youth to go into agriculture. So I would set up a scheme to generate seedlings, what I call seedling center.
Citi News engaged constituents on how they'll be voting on December 7.
In fact, looking at the chances of both candidates, I've personally known both contestants, and the current MP, Honorable Joe Osewusu, is far apart than the independent candidate. And as I've stated, I know both persons. So this man, I know him, and looking at his pedigree, he wouldn't come near the current MP, Honorable Joe Osewusu. So I am rooting for Honorable Joe Osewusu, and I'm confident and 100% sure and pray that he wins.
For me, I'm going for Lawyer Akwasiamu Frajman, because the man with the mission and the mission statement, when it comes to the policies, the policies which like this man is campaigning for is a good policy for the youth. So I will go for him. I will vote for him because of the policies. Some of the policy for Lawyer Akwasiamu is the employment for the youth. He said when he comes, when we vote for him into power, he will create more jobs for the youth.
Oye japaje masamansie man ene yehwe ho tu abama no oba enso nya yejejemu woye mputu okrom ha woni sika na akwa obesku fi obetua ma ana pa oba memeda na kona ba na akuri fi kwesi ni pa sala no a omboji sku fi samme wo ma no ne lo pedjo ma ne ma no ebro more than 70 to 100 kura enti ono ane die ni no ye ni wo bia ka no kwa no wa wo ba no so no e bia e bra be ya MPO wo se ya waja kontokro wo ye my mamanse man wo ye mabekwa man ene ye hwe hu ya to mama wo na wo nya hwe wo be nya to be da to mama e to ni ye ni no ye de ye wo so de was na ni no se be to mama no ono anu wo ko.
From the Bekwai constituency here in the Ashanti region, I'm Edward upon Marvel for Citi News.
With less than 48 hours to the much-awaited December 7 elections, political parties and candidates in the Damango constituency have stepped up their campaigns to convince electorates. Richard Fogo has more in the following report.
The Damango constituency is one of the keenly contested in the Savannah region. Incumbent Member of Parliament, Adamunta Okilu, who has won 2 previous elections, is in the contest of his life against Deputy Chief of Staff Samuel Abujinapo of the NPP. The two of them also have to see off a security consultant, David Tekedange, who is contesting as an independent candidate, whilst Adamunta Okilu is using the last campaigning hours to commission some projects. Abujinapo and Tekedange have been crisscrossing the constituency in what they term a mop-up. Some constituents have been telling Citi News what will influence their choices of a candidate.
What influences me, or things that makes me fail to vote for a particular candidate is about the policies. And the policies, I think, about the NPP government is what has really makes me fail to vote for NPP.
My parliament candidate, Galu, come and give me my water. You don't take for water. You don't take water for it. And John Zaman Mama will be my presidential candidate. For him, he's the nation builder.
Stakeholders in the constituency have been holding peace programs as tension in the constituency mounts. All 3 candidates have pledged peace to both the Christian and Muslim communities in the constituency as they joined a peace march organized by the local council of churches on Saturday.
The important thing is unity. At the end of the day, why are we all fighting? So those of you who will follow us and be fighting, I think that it is stupidity of the highest order.
Damango has developed over the years, and now it is an icon that a lot of people envy. And we can only sustain this development when there is peace. Without peace, whatever we have achieved will be reduced to zero. The new Patriotic Party and my good self are fully and unconditionally committed to a peaceful, fair, transparent elections in the Damango constituency.
It is believed that political songs have massive influence on voters' choice in previous elections. Musicians have played a vocal role by declaring and recording songs to endorse political parties. In this report, Citi News' Na Adole Mofat brings highlights of campaign songs and its influence on the general election.
Music is an essential part of all cultures of the world since it serves as a means of communication for various topics and subjects including politics. Party ideas and calls to action on several fronts have been expressed through songs and music for many years. The relationship between music and politics in Ghana has existed since the 50s, when E.T. Mensah released Ghana Freedom to celebrate Ghana's independence in 1957. And that relationship is still very visible, especially during electoral campaigns. In the year 2000, former President John Agyekum Kufuor and the New Patriotic Party adopted Cindy Thompson's Erade Kasa, the most popular gospel song in Ghana at the time, to solicit for votes. In 2008, the MPP repeated the same strategy, but their choice of song was the Daddy Lumba altered Nana Yewina to support the candidature of their candidate Nana Akufo-Addo. Despite the popularity of the song, Nana Akufo-Addo lost to the late John Evans at Mills. Mills's party, the NDC, used their anthem, Arise, Arise, composed by the late Juwo Aka in their campaign. On 24 July 2012, the late Evans Atamils passed and he was replaced by the Vice President John Mahama per the country's constitutional provision. John Mahama then became the National Democratic Congress flag bearer later that year and won the election on the wings of Michael Adangbe's hit song Takatika. 4 years later, songs like Onapo Mahama Pepa and New Mix of Nana Yewina were the soundtracks to the election campaign as Nana Akufo-Addo won the elections.
My paper, my paper, my paper. Oh yeah, my paper, paper.
This year, the NDC's flag bearer John Mahama seems to have taken a page from the MPP's 2000 election playbook by choosing a gospel song for its campaign activities, by choosing Samuel Ban's Wone Mahuodin to appeal to the emotions of the voters. For the lovers of more up-tempo music, the party has also added Mahama Afa by rapper Kojobi to its repertoire. The MPP, on the other hand, is using the second mix of Nana Yewina, put together by Daddy Lumba and Samini's Poyaka on its campaign. The song is an ode by the dancehall star to highlight the achievements of the sitting president. There is no doubt that these campaign songs have resonated well with Ghanaians. However, for many people, the question is, why do these songs even exist in the first place? These songs have become part of the conversation when it comes to politics, but do they play a part at all in the final outcome? Dr. Kobi Mensah, a political marketing strategist, says they can help sway voters who are yet to make a concrete decision on who to vote for.
There are voters who are already made up their decision because of maybe the tradition. The family vote in a particular way. There are voters who are actually voting based on solely the message. They're looking at what policy positions do these parties have, and as a result, they're voting. There are quite some voters who really do not know where to vote. They don't really know why they should even vote anyway. And such voters, it would surprise you. Certain few things could actually tilt the way they want. If they can connect to your message through the music, why not? They could actually act on it. We're not saying that it is only one particular thing that actually influences people to vote, but the decision to vote itself is an act of varied, reasons, or so many, reasons why people actually vote. And even if the music itself is not what is actually making the person vote, it is playing a part in the decision making because it's making the person recall the message.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Still to come, we look at the NPP's chances in the Ashanti region, which is perceived to be a stronghold.
We'll bring you the details of that story and more after this break. Please stay with us.
Rigworld Solutions, forging the frameworks of Ghanaian industry. Engineering solutions from the heart of Takrade, Kejebil. At Rigworld Solutions, we manufacture industrial bolts and nuts, fasteners, hoses and fittings for the extractive and petrochemical industries. World-class products with local expertise. Locate our factory in Kejebil off the Takrade Takwa Road Call 0302 949917 or 0540 107504. Email enquiries@rigworldsolutions.com. Rigworld Solutions, crafted in Ghana, engineered for the world.
Give them. Riding them go out. But if Masa will see it. You know they what does he want again? To bring back 4 solid years of doing so. Maybe to create root and share or hand over the country's entire box to his brother.
See, incompetence again. No way. We've come a long way to take any race.
Charlie, see, we can't afford to lose 1D, 1F, 1 constituency, 1 ambulance, 1 district, 1 warehouse, 1 village, 1 dam, 1 boy, 1 girl. Cool down, Napco. Something for food and jobs.
See, if we agree house farming and you pretend.
Ale, Ganaka. You boy forget the almighty free and
For the last 4 years, we have all been sleeping better at night because we know that no matter what challenges tomorrow brings, there is someone who we can trust with the education of our children. Someone we can trust to make sure we will still have jobs to go to in the morning. Because we know that no matter what challenges tomorrow brings, there is someone in charge who we can trust. Someone we can trust to protect us from COVID-19 and bring us to safety. One person who stays up to make sure we all can sleep tight. On December 7th, you have the power to give 4 more for Nana to do more for you.
For so long, sunrise would wake the farmer from his sleep and put him out in the field. He would labor all through the day until sunset. He would work in the scorching sun day in, day out, and in the whipping rain season after season without a break. The fisher folk had their bitter share of the struggle. The livestock farmers had it too. But because of thoughtful farmer support programs, like the dams in the villages, warehouses in the districts, the farm mechanization systems, and the fish landing sites, now the farmers can avoid the scorching sun, the whipping rain, and prolonged labor altogether. They work just enough and make what is required to keep their families happy. Like this family, there are over 3 million other farming families who desperately depend on these thoughtful government policies to get by. Never for once think your one vote does not make a difference. It makes a difference in the lives of 3 million farmers. So come December 7, what are you going to do? Will you stay away and keep that one precious vote from 3 million farmers? Or will you vote to protect the farmers' happiness, which has finally come after so long? Come December 7, whatever you do, remember the farmer.
Vote Hassan Ayariga, vote number 7 on the 7th of December. Vote APC and its parliamentary candidates. Vote Ayariga for transformation and inclusive governance, a data-driven economy, jobs and development. Vote for youth empowerment. Vote Hassan Ayariga.
holidays. What a time. Just look. Hey, Daddy. Hey, drama. Drama lives here. You never know what they are learning. Choose the SUV today for only 229 Ghana cedis. Whatever your Christmas is your moment. And this holiday season is about to get even more special.
Hello again. Politically, the Ashanti region is largely considered as the stronghold of the incumbent New Patriotic Party. But as the 2020 general election inches closer, the National Democratic Congress, NDC, is targeting to increase its votes in the region. While the NDC believes it has a superior track record in terms of development in the region, the NPP says its achievements are unmatched. Citi News' Edward Opon-Mafo reports.
Over the years, the Ashanti region has remained a key stronghold of the New Patriotic Party, NPP. But it appears the National Democratic Congress, NDC, is making attempts to win more votes in the region as the party has intensified its campaign ahead of the election. Former President John Dramani Mahama, his running mate Professor Gianano Pokwajman, national executives and other top party personalities have visited the region to campaign. It has been a battle of records. According to the Ashanti Regional Secretary of the NDC, Kwamizu, the party has a superior track record, and as such, this year's election presents a unique opportunity for the inhabitants to compare the achievements of both parties.
I think John Mahama's commitment to the development of Asanteman is amply demonstrated. The easiest anybody can point fingers at is the KJTR market. Another is the airport expansion project phase 1 and the capacity to secure funding for the phase 2 of the airport expansion project. Many hospitals dotted across the region. I think the one everybody would have celebrated if we were there, would have completed it by now, is the Afari Military Hospital, a second of its kind in Ghana. Then the Ashanti Regional Hospital, the Syria Hospital that was being constructed, 250 bed, but it is now moving at a slow pace.
The Ashanti Regional Secretary of the NPP, Sampine, spoke to Citi News about the chances of the NPP.
It's our strategy to make sure at least 90% of those who registered in the last election turn up to vote on the 7th of December 2020. And out of that, we're targeting a minimum of about 80% for the party in the Ashanti region.
The 2020 elections is just a few days away. And now all the political parties have intensified their campaigns in the Ashanti region. But with the constituency here, what will really influence their votes? We're here to find out from them.
Basically, we're going to vote on issues. And issues with regards to our economy and our living standards, comparing the two parties who has performed. You know, we've compared them for the past years, and we've got to know what the two parties can do.
You see, when you look at what President Akufo-Addo is doing, it has helped a lot of people now get the opportunity to, at least at the midway, enhance their education. You see, but the foundation also, John Mahama was so solid that we needed those infrastructure, at least to propel education forward.
The flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Mahama, says he's hopeful that President Akufo-Addo has made preparations towards vacating the presidency. According to him, the Akufo-Addo administration has not worked hard enough to be maintained at the high office of the country. Addressing a rally at Kwashiman in Accra, John Mahama urged the residents to vote for the NDC on December 7.
Minim say omo think because baby omo doing say bibi ayeye
Also, yeah, you work for me and say, "No man ko ye." Ezu, enti abatwe emaya konya say your best son. Me say Nanado wa packing the portmanteau, the baby our package yo. And nada, yeah, the dada 2016 no. I feel the enye juma. Ezu, let me say, Osha neobia yebia enkoye. And you're my heading. Nipa Abra and this Wabaimu. Yet on petrol 14 cities. Almost any more than the driver sentiment. And there Tom petrol 24 cities. Say, oh, was sitting a year pa. I feel there was sitting a year and this abreso. 14 cities, need 24 cities. Olonka Gary 5 cities and this abreso. And then Olonka Gary 20 other cities.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Now still to come, with just a couple of days to election 2020, Citi TV brings you a comprehensive schedule of how election coverage will be.
We'll bring you that story after this break. Please stay with us.
The NDC's People's Manifesto. It be top one. See, bro, you know, say, me as a day, me now they do my hustles 1 and 2, they get money, they take settle my school fees. But right now, John Mahama say, Chemupe, which means the NDC Bahama-led government will pay 50% of school fees for all tertiary students in the universities, polytechnics, college of education, nursing training schools, and so on.
Charlie, John Mahama be visionary. Jempe go ease pressure for parents and students them at all pound. The one way they freak me be the increase of the student loan to meet the needs of the students, and it will be paid on time. You know, say after John Mahama increased the student loan 2,600 in 2016. Oh, Panano at cap press since 2017.
Oh yeah, I be here say John Mahama say he go cancel the guarantor requirement. So say students go access the loan without the need for a guarantor.
Oh, as for that move there, Mama force one. What they finish me be say, John Mama say he go bring back the student loan plus scheme. This scheme go allow students who get admission to tertiary school to apply for loan even before them go school.
Charlie, John Mahama do all. This trip, I go be free from hustling to pay my school fees. I go have time to study brutal and top my class.
Any challenger? No challenger. My guy. Sempe.
Vote John Mahama and NDC for jobs and prosperity for all.
As we prepare to go to the polls in December, let's always remember that we have done this before in peace and in harmony. We have gone to the polls 7 times, and each of those polls have been hailed around the world as remarkably peaceful.
From 1992 till now, we have garnered almost 3 decades of solid experience with persuasive arguments, respecting our rights to hold different opinions.
In an unlikely event that you are tempted to use violence against an opponent, take a deep breath and remember the simple fact. That is just not how we do it here in Ghana.
Arguments may be heated, voices might be raised, we might poke fun at each other, but through it all, we do not resort to violence.
We have a nation to build. Other nations are looking up to us as example. As we go to the polls, remember to keep the peace that exists in the country. Let's vote in peace.
Hey friends, make a wish upon a magical festive brought by Mom and Dad from GoTV Land, with lots of friends who want to play, teach and dance. GoTV's everyone's favorite place this festive. GoTV, love it.
Vote Hassan Ayariga, vote number 7 on the 7th of December. Vote APC and its parliamentary candidates. Vote Ayariga for transformation and inclusive governance, a data-driven economy, jobs and development. Vote for youth empowerment. Vote Hassan Ayariga.
Use your power.
Mi me kename cheme kenyeme Ghana man be fan mene bine mi hanyo manye mi chohi beneno ken fly nye fan o shikibe ishe mi biantone NDC MPP ke parties fan is share ameba fon oshikine abashi akan ni akan wulu mi wo ya ne ni fa ipa mo kometo ji NDC o MPP o nyemwa nyehe nye kenye se bi fe awia Ghana ekometo pe wo yo ka hani mukuchono na kiafe basa ko yeheko nike twinjole ba shi twinjole watao shikina ba fone teko akatwa mokue joko akatwa moko ake we Ghana kometo we wo ma wo he ni wakaya no kokome pe twinjole shishinumo kenoyaba tanu manyaba beji anoto ni amlalo eto ke ha COVID-19 hilane nyebo amodenye yano abanye wala yi wo nyebo amodeni nyedenche nyeba anye wala yi tanu manyaba
Nana, come and help me. You need to learn, but I'm more interested in drawing. How are you going to be part of the business if you don't learn? You just don't understand.
Morning. Anyone for some Lipton?
The rich taste of Lipton awakens body and mind.
Let me have a look at your drawings. Son, these designs are amazing.
Lipton Yellow Label Tea, awaken to what really matters.
Welcome back to the Citi Newsroom. Let's bring you more stories. President Akufo-Addo has made a passionate appeal to Ghanaians to consider the many achievements his government has chalked and vote for him massively on Monday. And Akufo-Addo says under 4 years, his policies and programs have transformed the country, making a last-minute appeal to Ghanaians at a mammoth rally at Manchagbona to climax the NPP's campaign for the 2020 election. President Akufo-Addo says he needs another 4 years to build on what he has already started.
This morning, fair. If in your fall, I saw money and I saw my name. That's all money. I just said, they're back up and they said, Mama me crying, na me 12 Jumano so, na 4 more for Nanano, and then Jumano Ghana. Obia, Ghana, my, so MDC new, or CPP new, or PNC new, so whatever political persuasion. I will feel sad. Jumaya, I saw a year. Men brother, brother kind of never to a man. Am I
So the countdown to December 7 is on, and you know that Citi TV and Citi FM have got you covered with accurate news reportage as far as the elections are concerned. Now, today on the Citi Newsroom, we've been joined by the head of Citi News, Vivian Kailuku, who will be telling us how Citi is prepared to bring you the entire election coverage. You're welcome to the Citi Newsroom, Vivian.
Thank you very much.
So how ready are we with elections?
So Frema, as you noticed, prior to the election day proper, which is Monday, the 7th of December, we've been running what we call the Voters' Diary for some months now, about 3 months or so. We were preparing for the election proper. So we're bringing you views, actions from campaigns, from constituencies, from what is happening, including analysis and all that from across the country, 275 constituencies, and also following keenly the two candidates for the major political parties, as well as, of course, the smaller parties. Now, on Monday, we're starting our coverage from 6 a.m. The polls will open at 7, but we're starting at 6, getting viewers and listeners all they need to know in the beginning of the election. Then, of course, we start the election coverage proper 7 o'clock, where we are in every constituency, every corner across the country. 275 constituencies. There's no constituency that we're not. And of course, there are the hot spots, there are constituencies of interest, areas of interest. You have the candidates, which are the presidential candidates going to cast their ballots. We are with them all throughout. So we're covering all these people around the country. We have experienced, well-vexed reporters across the country, from the northern regions all the way to the southern part. Every constituency has a lead, which is a city reporter, very vexed on what they do. And then, of course, we have the volunteers. Areas that we cannot be proper, we are there as well. So 6, we run all the way to the point where the elections are fully over. After the Electoral Commission declares whoever is the winner, whether it's 2 days, you know, there's an issue about 24 hours.
Yeah.
Whether it's 24 hours, that happens, great. If it goes beyond, we're still covering. We're not having any breaks in between these two things we do in terms of waiting for the declaration and all that. We'll be in the polling stations, we'll be in the coalition centers, whether it's regional, whatever. And wherever the Electoral Commission will be in terms of the declaration, will be stationed there as well.
Now, I earlier visited some bus terminals, you know, this morning, and I noticed that for some parts of the country, buses are even short. People are not getting buses to travel to their various polling stations. Where are your reporters now, especially those who have to be at some remote parts of the country? What have you done?
As we speak, every reporter is supposed to be at a location, is at the location as we speak. So we're not waiting to have a challenge or a crisis where you're now stuck and then you're reaching out to a reporter, they are not there. So all our reporters are there. And mind you, our reporters who are outside Accra are people who have been in these places for over a period. They know the areas, they understand the areas, they understand the trends, the dynamics and everything of those areas. So we're not throwing into a place somebody who is a novice on the issues there, because we want the experienced hands to lead the front. That's what we do. So all our reporters are currently stationed where they must be in terms of the areas they're supposed to cover. And these people are part of these communities. So they understand the communities, they understand the people, they understand the politics and all that. And these reporters as well will be feeding us with information as we go along, as the results start trickling. If you've been watching us over the period, these reporters have been giving us good analysis of the constituencies, of the regions and all that. And that will continue into our coverage from Monday all the way till we end our coverage.
Right, so I've been talking to Vivian Kailuku, who is the head of news, Citi FM and Citi TV, and she assures us of a comprehensive coverage of the elections. So your surest bet of accurate reportage of the elections is Citi TV and, of course, Citi FM. And that's how we wrap up. You've been watching the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Don't forget that our website, citinewsroom.com, has more news updates.
Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV.
Download the Citi Newsroom app from the Google Play Store or the App Store and keep updated on the go.
You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182.
My name is Frema Adunyame.
And I am Michael Ogbodu. Thank you for watching. As always, please stay safe.
I remember
it was a painful 4 years.
If somebody fools you the first time, you're not a fool because you didn't know.
Do you remember?
Na me ton pia ota ni nyina madwuma nyina sey na even dey medicura na ho de ma me.
Out, we couldn't have enough time due to the light out. We couldn't have enough time to study, so we wait for daytime to study.
It's time doing something. So now you say you see touch and I say you be say and I thought you say bright it is a normal light no. It's not affecting your students.
Before no, I do some over 250 the next day. Me do like they do me a sope. Na 15 the grass and so. Yeah, my light, yo, etna beba, at the chair, begin so chamber ma. Then minister call Dr. Quadradonco. Ekache say, on Dumson want to me and solve ya, or be resign. I'm pa, want me and solve it.
Dumson before then, now you're very bad. Oye Juma crash, ship abeti cramp, free saying, very bad, so terrible. But this time one idea, so wonderful. Nyamako yeah.
Me printing, t-shirt printing, and then printing soon is you use machines. It's not effective because you do like that. Into me use machine behind your printing.
Let's show crime into me now. Mrs. Ayeti, my Mr. Juma Begui, because we want me yes control generator. It's my yet to shop no. It's doom sonny there, a higher pebegu, you might be brave. Mrs. Aconsuyo coast on the numbers say, I'm a coast on you begui. It's doom sonny there, I did the problem there, pa.
Doom son no mark, young customers not the so quiet. Her palace shop if you are a Juma pa, because one Casabeno, oh, baby, the way Juma no call.
4 more for Nana, 4 more for Nana, 4 more. Nana. Now what me yere ekia baby out biara no. I may catch her when say o compare a bind dada no with na we say Nana wa e bebre ama